The phone rings. You look at it. You know English. You have studied for years. And for 3 seconds, you cannot remember a single word. So you let it ring. I have done this. Most people learning a language have done this. And here's why it happens. It is not because your English is bad. On the phone, you cannot see the face. You cannot see the mouth. The sound is squeezed thin down the line. And nobody gives you time to prepare. Take all of that away, and even a good speaker feels lost for a moment. So today we are not going to fix your English. We are going to give you 3 sentences to hold on to. Say the first one with me now, before anything else. Could you speak a little slower, please? Good. Keep that one. You are going to use it today. Hello and welcome to Fluent English, the podcast. My name is Ethan. I will speak slowly in easy English. And many times I will stop so that you can say the words too. When I stop, you will hear silence. That silence is for you. It is not a mistake in the recording. If you are on a bus or in an office, you can whisper. Whispering counts. Your mouth still moves, and that is the part that learns. Here are the 3 sentences. All 3. Learn these and you can survive any phone call in English. Sentence 1. Could you speak a little slower, please? Sentence 2. Let me repeat that to make sure I understand. Sentence 3. Could you spell that for me, please? Three sentences, not 30. And none of them is about being clever. They are about buying yourself time. Notice something. Not one of these sentences is an apology. You are not saying sorry for your English. You are asking the other person to help you, and people do help, almost always. Now let us watch someone use them. It is Yusuf's 3rd week at his new job. He is alone at his desk. Maria is at lunch. The phone rings. He looks at it for 2 rings. Then he picks it up, and he says the only thing he is sure of. Hello, this is Yusuf. A voice answers, fast. Too fast. Something about an order, and a date, and a name he does not catch. Yusuf's mind goes white. He understands maybe 4 words. Old Yusuf would say, yes, 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 and write nothing down. New Yusuf takes a breath and uses sentence number 1. Could you speak a little slower, please? And the voice slows down. The man says, of course, sorry. That is what usually happens. Most people slow down when you ask them to. Not always and not for long. Some people speed up again after 10 seconds. When that happens, you ask again. You are allowed to ask twice. Now the man starts again, slower. He says he is calling about an order for Friday. Yusuf hears the word Friday. He thinks he hears it, but he is not sure. Friday or Tuesday? This is the exact moment where most people say yes and hope. Yusuf uses sentence number 2. Let me repeat that to make sure I understand. Then he says what he thinks he heard. You need the order on Friday. And the man says, no, Tuesday. Listen to what just happened. Yusuf was wrong, and it cost him nothing. It cost 4 seconds. If he had said yes, it would have cost a week. Being wrong out loud is cheap. Being wrong quietly is expensive. Now the man gives his name. Yusuf hears something like Sam Hallbrook, or Holbrook, or Hallbrick. He does not guess. He uses sentence number 3. Could you spell that for me, please? And the man spells it, letter by letter. Yusuf writes it down. The call ends. It took 2 minutes. Yusuf did not use one clever word. He used 3 sentences, and he got everything right. Now, let us make those 3 automatic. I will say each one twice. You say it after me both times. Could you speak a little slower, please? Could you speak a little slower, please? Let me repeat that to make sure I understand. Let me repeat that to make sure I understand. Could you spell that for me, please? Could you spell that for me, please? Feel how none of them is fast? They are slow sentences on purpose. A slow sentence gives your brain time to catch up with the call. Now, 3 more that make a phone call easier. These are the ones that open and close it. When you pick up, say who you are. It sounds small. It changes everything because now the other person knows they have the right person. Hello, this is Yusuf speaking. Now say it with your own name. When you need a moment to find a pen, do not go silent. Silence on a phone feels broken. One moment, please. And at the end, say what you understood. This is the most useful habit in this whole episode. So that is the order for Tuesday. So far, every call in this episode came to you, but half of your phone calls in English will be calls you make. to a doctor, to a bank, to a shop. Nobody is at work for those. Let us do those too. When you call, say why you are calling in the first sentence. It saves the whole conversation. I am calling about my appointment. I am calling to ask about my order. I would like to make an appointment. If the person you want is not there, you have two choices. Ask them to call you or call again yourself. Can I leave a message? Could you call me back this afternoon? I will call back later, thank you. And when you need to write something down, say so. Do not go quiet. Let me write that down. Two more. One for when the line itself is bad. This happens to everybody, in every language. Sorry, the line is very bad. And one for the call that is not for you at all. You do not need to explain anything. Sorry, I think you have the wrong number. Nine sentences and not one of them needs a job. Now the hardest part of any call, when you did not understand at all. Not one word. Most people say sorry, sorry, and then go quiet. You do not need to do that. You need one sentence. Sorry, I did not catch that. Say it again. It is short, and short is what you need when you're nervous. Sorry, I did not catch that. And if it is still too fast, go back to sentence number one. You are allowed to ask twice. You are allowed to ask 3 times. Could you speak a little slower, please? Let us do a fast round. I will give you a situation. You say the sentence, you have 4 seconds. The person is speaking very fast. Could you speak a little slower, please? You are not sure you heard the day correctly. Let me repeat that. To make sure I understand. You cannot write the name. Could you spell that for me, please? You heard nothing at all. Sorry, I did not catch that. You need 3 seconds to find a pen. One moment, please. 5 situations. If you found 3 of them, you are ready for a real call. Let us go back to Yusuf for a moment. It is the end of the day. Maria asks him if anything happened while she was at lunch. And Yusuf says one sentence. Say it with him. Sam called about the order for Tuesday. 7 words. This morning he was afraid of the phone. Now he is the person who knows about Tuesday. Nothing about his English changed today. What changed is that he stopped guessing. Now let us make this yours. I will give you 4 moments. Answer out loud in a full sentence. Moment 1. You answer the phone at work. What do you say first? Moment 2. The person says a name you cannot write. What do you say? Moment 3. The call is ending and you want to check the day. Start with, so that is. Moment 4. You are calling a doctor. What is your first sentence? Did you hear it? You did not need a single new word. You needed sentences you already have. Time for a short quiz. 4 questions. Say your answer out loud before I say it. Question 1. The person is speaking too fast. Which sentence do you use? Could you speak a little slower, please? Question 2. True or false? You should say sorry for your English at the start of a call. False. You never need to apologize for your English. You ask for help instead. Question 3. Yusuf thought he heard Friday. What did he do? He repeated it out loud to make sure. And he was wrong, and it cost him 4 seconds. Question 4. You cannot write a name. What do you say? Could you spell that for me, please? That is everything. Let us finish with the thing that matters most. The phone is frightening because it takes away everything you use to understand. The face, the mouth, the time to think. It leaves you only sound. But you do not need to understand everything. You need to be able to say, slow down. Let me check. Spell it. Those 3 sentences are not a trick. They are what confident speakers say too. People who grew up speaking English ask how to spell a name too. Nobody thinks it is strange. So tonight, do one small thing. Say all 3 out loud, one after the other without stopping. Say them again tomorrow morning before you look at your phone. 2 days of that, and they will be there when you need them. One more thing before you go. If this helped you, press like. It tells YouTube to show this to another person who is sitting at a desk somewhere, watching a phone ring. And tell me one thing in the comments. What is the hardest part of a phone call in English for you? Write it in one sentence. I read every comment, and I choose the next episode from what you write. Thank you for practicing with me today. Come back tomorrow and say them again.